Donnell trying to get outside and make a turn and made one guy miss, second guy miss. 35, 40, 45-yard line. He might have it right there on one carry. Donnell Pumphrey. He was on 17 carries for 97 yards on that particular run. He is the all-time rusher in the history of college football. How about that kid? From Las Vegas, Nevada, closes his career here and gets the chance to set the record here. What a marvelous story for a wonderful, wonderful kid.
There you go. That was Ted Leitner over the weekend. The moment of the weekend and maybe the moment of the season here, at least of 2016, when it comes to San Diego sports. That was Donnell Pumphrey becoming the NCAA's all-time leading rusher. You heard it on the Mighty 1090. You saw it on ABC. 34-10 final score, San Diego State over Houston in the Vegas Bowl. We started our season previewing the Aztecs. We had Rocky Long and Nico Siragusa in studio. We've kept contact with Rocky. He joins us on a weekly basis. But I thought it was pretty fitting since we started the season talking with Nico, whose career, his San Diego State career is over. We'll see him next playing on Sundays. 54 games as an Aztec. 42 of them started. An amazing way to end the run here. Senior guard out of Chula Vista joins us on the Mighty 1090. Nico, congratulations. This is Darren Smith. Thank you very much for the time.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you so much.
What an amazing, amazing moment on Saturday here. How aware were you guys of exactly where Donnell Pumphrey was in the game, how many yards he had and how many yards he needed? And then when he got it, it seemed like you guys all knew.
Oh, yeah, right before that drive, we were looking at the big screen, and ESPN had it up, and it showed him next to Ron Day, and he was only 14 yards away. So we knew that we had to get him his 14 yards. And we knew that if we got him, we had that toss play design, and we knew if we got him to the outside. So that's why we all knew, especially when he got the first down and got what do you get, like 16 yards, we knew it was over.
You know, he gets the credit for ending up on top of the NCAA's all-time rushing list. And You guys are the ones, you've been there since day one. The two of you are exiting this program at the same time. You know, your perspective is every bit as good as anyone else's. He got the yards here, but you certainly lead the way. What was it like just watching that entire career and celebrating that moment? Because that really is about you.
Yeah. You kind of broke up for a second there.
No problem. I'll ask you this, Nico, because he gets the credit for becoming the NCAA's all-time leading rusher, but you blocked for him for his entire career. What did that moment mean for you?
Oh, it's an awesome feeling, When I'm old and gray, I get to tell everybody that I blocked for the all-time leading rusher in NCAA. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what Ron Dane says. I don't care what the Big Ten says or all the people say that I blocked for the all-time leading rusher. The all-time leading rusher is 5'8", 170 pounds.
You saw this guy's entire career. What did you think of Donnell Pumphrey? Do you remember the first time that you met him as an Aztec? There's no way to know that he would end up on the all-time list, but what did you think of him when you first met him?
I was like, there's no way this guy, this little freshman is a running back. Good boy. I know I wasn't the only one who thought that, so I know a lot of people were wrong.
And when did you become convinced? What was the moment where you were like, yo, this guy, was it practice? Was it early? Was it late? Was it midway point of his career? What was the moment where he convinced you, you know what, this kid's special?
We were watching Cousin Camp and Paul Camp his freshman year. The youth, they scrimmage, the young guys scrimmage a lot that aren't starters. And we were watching the young guys scrimmage, and he was out there, and he was making people look silly. And we're like, man, this guy is the real deal. And then what do you know? His true freshman year, he won us 4 games. He won the Air Force game for us, the game we played against New Mexico State, and we knew that this guy was going to be something special.
Nico Siragusa joining us on San Diego Sports Leader, the Mighty 1090. Nico's career, it comes to an end, and what a way to go out, 34-10 in the Vegas Bowl. I mentioned 42 games started, 54 games total played, Nico. I can't imagine the list is very long, how many players have played more games at San Diego State. Is it even possible for me to ask you to sum up your entire Aztec career in a couple of sentences?
Amazing. There, one word.
More than you probably expected when you signed up. Or, did you have big dreams about becoming an Aztec here, especially as a local guy?
No, I had really big dreams. You know, seeing where the program has come from and where it could go. Being from San Diego, I just wanted to be all the guys that stayed in my class. We just wanted to be the class that starts the winning tradition again. Shows that if you're a San Diego kid, you could stay home and you could do everything you set for your college career. You could be an All-American. You could win conference championships. You could go to the NFL. So that was a big thing for me.
Yeah, I mean, I think that that's really an interesting point, for a guy like yourself who's now going to be playing on Sundays next time we watch. Did you have people when you were coming out of high school, when you were coming out of modern day, did anybody try to steer you in a different direction? Because, 4 years ago, this was a different program than it is as you walk out.
Oh, yeah, of course. Everybody's like, why are you going to San Diego State? Like, go to UCLA, go to Pac-12, go over here, go over there. Like, San Diego State, you don't need to go there. And I was like, I just really, when I met Coach Long, I just really liked his whole philosophy and everything that he was about. And thanks to Coach Long and his toughness, his philosophy about toughness has really helped me evolve into the player I am today. So I thank God. And my parents helped me make the decision too. They were the ultimate factor. So I'm just so happy that I could have stayed home and ended my career the way I did.
Amazing game, 34-10 over Houston over the weekend. Nico Siragusa, senior guard, played his final game as an Aztec. Yeah, you brought up the All-American status here. You got first-team recognition, you got second-team recognition, you got third-team recognition. What do you get for all that anyway? You get a bunch of hardware? Do they give you some stuff there for ending up on all these different teams for All-America?
I have no idea. I haven't got anything yet, so we'll see.
I hope you do. I mean, first team All-America, that's a really, really big deal as voted by USA Today. I even think it's a big deal to be second and third team, but first team All-America honors from USA Today is pretty special, I would think.
Yeah. If I get a piece, I'll send you a picture on Twitter.
Sounds good. I like it. Nico, this game, and this game was really a microcosm, I think, of San Diego State offensively because, we know how you guys play. You love rushing the football. You ask Christian Chapman to, make a handful of throws per game and be effective and don't make mistakes. But you knew you were going up against Houston here, and Houston had either the second or third best rushing defense in all of college football. I just wonder what it was like to build up to the Vegas Bowl itself and what made them so good and how satisfying it is to have that kind of day that you guys had against Houston, knowing how good they've been all year.
Oh, it's awesome. Going against a great defense like that, especially as an offense, you like to accept the challenge, especially with the rushing defense. I think they're second only behind Alabama. So knowing that and accepting the challenge, and they got a great front seven. And the first quarter was kind of shaky, but we were just missing one block. It was one block away. Kept missing one block. And then we made the adjustments in the second quarter. And at halftime, we made some adjustments and we got it rolling. And it's a great feeling to know that we beat a team that shut down Louisville and the Heisman Trophy winner. They sacked them like 11 times. They shut them down, and they beat Oklahoma. It's just awesome to know that you could do that.
And not only that, but it's not like anybody from San Diego State, including your head coach, Nico, it's not like anybody was shy about the fact that the Aztecs were going to get Donnell Pumphrey this record. It kind of took away a little bit. Like, I'm sitting here wondering to myself, like, does winning matter or does the record matter more? So you guys shouted from the heavens that you were going after this record as a team, and you still got it, which, again, is kind of San Diego State in a nutshell. Everybody knows you're going to run, and you still have success and go for 400 in some of these games.
Yeah, and it's awesome, too, especially them knowing that we were going to run the ball and get Pumphrey his yards. It was really special. And then you see on one of the plays, we ran a play-action pass, a toss, and the receiver got right behind the safeties and scored an easy touchdown. So it's super easy when a team respects your run that much, and they don't expect the pass, and you could just sneak one in there.
Yeah, I think also, too, getting Pumphrey that record, again, and I know people nitpick this record because of bowl games, but this is the way the NCAA, and you said it well early on, Nico, but also being the first team ever in NCAA history to have a 2,000-yard rusher and a 1,000-yard rusher. Now, that can't be sliced up. I would imagine that also is a huge testament to you guys on the offensive line.
Yeah, especially those two running backs, man. Rashad Penny is one of the most unselfish guys on the team because he could go anywhere in the West Coast and start and rush for 2,000 yards. So for him to be patiently waiting his turn for 3 years, and now he finally gets the reins to the program is awesome. And as an offensive line, doing that for the first time in history is awesome. Because as an offensive line, if you don't like to run block, it's the wrong position for you. So I feel like that's like a lost art in college football with all the spreads and everything, the spread offenses and everything. So running a pro-style offense is just awesome, getting these running backs their yards. Even Jawan Washington, look at him.
Well, what kind of advice do you have for Rashad Penny out of curiosity? Because there are some people who think he might be ready to make the next jump. Now, he came on this radio station and said he fully intends on going back, which is great if you're a fan of San Diego State. But, we're going to see you and Casey and Pumphrey in the Senior Bowl, and you guys are going to get drafted, and you guys are going to be pros. What advice would you have for Rashad Penny if he's thinking about that?
Just think it over. Ultimately, whatever decision he makes is going to be the best decision for him. So, either way, he's going to be successful. So I would love to see him come back for another year and keep the tradition going of being a great running back and get another 2,000-yard rusher and win another championship. But if he feels like he's ready to make that leap to the professional level, I feel like go for it.
And real quick,
you only get this opportunity once.
You're right about that, and for you now, what's life like knowing that your college career is over? You're probably still basking in the glow of winning the Vegas Bowl and going out, blocking for the NCAA's all-time leading rusher. But what about you? Like, what's going through your mind about your own future? You're going to be in the Senior Bowl, Combine will be upcoming, and, then you're going to get drafted by some team in the pros.
Man, I'm just taking it one thing at a time. Yeah, we're just going to start working out again, take a couple of days off, and then when the Senior Bowl comes, it comes. When the Combine comes, it comes. But I'm just taking it one day at a time. I'm telling you, I'm still like, it's surreal that college football is over for me. So I'm still just, hasn't hit me yet, 2 days after the game.
What a way to go out, though, huh? Beating a really, really good team on national television and setting the all-time record. That must have been, even in your wildest dreams, that must have been amazing.
Yeah, that's what we came here for, to beat teams that no one said we could beat.
And that was a pretty good one that you beat. People keep forgetting this point. They think that Houston's trash. Houston is a really good team. Like, that's a great team that you beat on Saturday.
Yeah, it's funny. So before we beat them, they're really good, but then we beat them and they're trash. Right. Isn't that funny how that works?
Yeah, I don't get it.
So everybody had in Vegas and everybody has them to beat us by like 7 points. And then we beat them by 24 and somehow they're garbage. And we're terrible.
Yeah, I don't understand the way my business works sometimes.
Oh, man, me either.
Well, good thing for you. You don't have to worry about it because you'll be playing pro football. Hey, Nico, what a way to go out. Thank you very much for the time. And since you have played your final game, promote your Twitter account here so people can keep tabs on you.
Everybody follow me on Instagram, Neek56, Neek56, and on Twitter, Nico Siragusa 56. Follow me. I put up a bunch of good stuff.
All right, there you go. Nico Siragusa 56. Hey, congratulations, a great career, and good luck to you, Nico. I'm sure we'll be talking again in the future.
Shout out to my family.
Yeah, shout them out.
Hey, shout out to all my family, everybody who supported me. Shout out to Alex Barrett, my roommate. Shout out to Clayton Miller, my other roommate, and my best friends. They're all my best friends.
Good job, Nico. Good luck. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye.